Okay, so today we're going to talk about Emmanuel Forbes. So recently there was this picture of him with a fan. People are thinking the bigger guy was him. No, it's not. Oh, man. Look, bro. I'm trying to root for this guy. I really am. I really am trying to root for Forbes right now. But, like, he's I don't know what it is. I understand for some people it's hard to gain weight. It's hard to build muscle. Well, no, I don't think it's hard to build muscle if you're in the NFL, but like, bro, he's a first round pick. And we're not even getting third round pick qualities. Like, are you kidding me? Like, we're about to use this man for kick returning. It obviously is not on the fault of the current staff. That's obviously on Ron Rivera and trying to push this whole idea that, hey, maybe we should build off potential rather than a guy that's already got it now at a younger age. Like, what is the point in that? Like, I understand Christian Gonzalez, like, he has a very small sample size. Don't get me wrong. Like, he only played 4 games before he got injured, but in those 4 games, he's already proven enough. He's already did more than Forbes ever could. I mean, if you've seen the difference between how he guarded Tyreek Hill versus how he guarded AJ Brown, is light years just a difference, bro. I mean, it was sick. It makes me sick to my stomach. Like, that man could not guard to save his life. Like, I really want Forbes to cook, man. But we gotta understand, the coaching was terrible. It was atrocious. It was awful. They did him dirty. But he's got to do better, for sure. He's got to do better. He's got to get bigger. I don't care if people are like, oh, well, you don't need size. You don't need size to be a wide receiver. Well, he changed that. He changed it for himself. The thing is, though, he's so skinny that, like, he has to actually gain some strength. At least go to 180. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not even, like, he's like 165, 170. He was the same weight as me. Except I was like 5'7". But, like, come on, man. You gotta build yourself up. I'm not trying to hate on you, but, like, you a first round pick. We picked you as a first round pick. I don't know, but I'm just hoping he puts in more effort, puts in more work on his body weight and things like that. It's tragic, but I'm really excited. I'm so excited for football. I cannot wait. I can't wait. I can't keep waiting, bro. I'm so excited for Jaden Daniels. I think he could be the change. I really think he could. Like, stamp this right here. Like, I really think he could be the change for the NFL. For Washington. If he could do that, you know how legendary he would be? Because, like, look, we talk about RG3 for 12 years. It's been 12 years since that man got us a playoff appearance. It wasn't even a playoff win. It was an appearance. Of course, it was in his rookie year, and obviously, like, he changed pretty much the course of football. Like, we love that dude. Like, I know there's some fans that are, like, sick of him, but come on, bro. Like, we haven't had any kind of, like, inspiration from that since. The closest was Heineke, and he was, respectfully, he was not good. He was garbage. I wouldn't say he was garbage, but the only good thing that he did was, excuse me, he was a game manager. That was his whole niche. It was just him game managing. He could run the ball, and, he had a competitive edge, which I cannot keep saying that every single time. I can't keep saying that every single time, like, we watch him play football, bro. Like, come on. Like, it's cool that he got a competitive edge, whatever, but, like, no one wants to hear that. But I think, the mood has shifted dramatically. Everybody's a lot more excited. Everybody's a lot more motivated. All there is now, I think, like, what matters the most Beat the Giants. Beat our division rivals mainly, but beat the Giants specifically. All right? I'm so tired of losing to the Giants. We're not even worse than them. All right? Like we're not even worse than them. But we just get out coached. That's the whole thing. We just keep getting out coached. But this team is garbage. We cannot be losing to the Giants. For like seriously, are we serious? Like we just keep losing to them in a horrible fashion. Makes no sense to me. I don't know why it's specifically the Giants that it's our kryptonite, but we can like go head to head with the Eagles. Like at least the Eagles, we go out with some dignity when we go against the Eagles. At least last season. I mean, we could have won the first game, but you know, coulda, woulda, shoulda. It don't matter. The only thing that matters is, and it didn't happen. But man, that was really close though. Cowboys, they keep cooking us, but like they're just the better team. Like we know that. I mean, I hate to say it, but we know that. Like they're just the better team. This season, I think we have a shot against everybody. I mean, we've already beat like we've already like we're like the Eagles kryptonite. I don't know. I mean, we're not the kryptonite, but we always give them a hard challenge. You know what I'm saying? So, but Giants, like I think the best thing we've ever done against them the past 6 games was a tie. Like that's sick. That's sick work. I don't know, but this season, win the home games. Win your home games. Give people a reason to go to your home games because nobody went to the home games last year. Literally no one. Dolphins fans filled that up the last game of the season at home. Literally no fan cared. Nobody cared. The vibes were dead. The players were dead. In the documentary, Tyreek Hill was like, "Oh, watch them. They might put you man to man, and that's a dumb idea. Who puts man to man on Tyreek Hill?" And then they did it first quarter, and then they gave up a touchdown, easy touchdown. Like, come on, bro. Like we were so predictable, trash, no type of defense. Like we were the worst defense. D line was nowhere. D line was dead after we traded Sweat and Chase Young away, and then who else? The defensive tackles were nowhere to be seen. I mean, Jonathan Allen, he kind of just gave up, you know, and Montez Sweat was just nowhere to be seen. You know, Kim Curl, probably like our only tolerable defensive player. He was, you know, nowhere. I mean, for the past few years, he never really got us turnovers and stuff. I wouldn't say he's bad though. He definitely did his job. He did what he needed to do. Corners, you know, as we know, Forbes too skinny. Like, I know people will be talking about how, like, oh, that's not much of a reason. Look, watch him tackle a person. Every single time, it's either a struggle or he actually just gets bodied. Like, that's all it is. Like, can you imagine him going against a tight end? You can't, because he just gets bodied every time. It's so annoying. And then, remember that DJ Moore during the Commanders game? Gave up, like, 200 yards. He was responsible for, like, 3/4 of that. So, you know, again, like, I mean, they've embarrassed themselves, especially on live TV. I mean, on national TV. I mean, it just makes me livid, bro. It just makes me livid. But, what could we do with Forbes? I mean, I think we could put him more into zone coverage. Stop putting him next to bigger guys, but at the same time, we shouldn't even be in this position in the first place. If we had Gonzalez, we wouldn't even be having this debate right now. So, but you know, hey, I mean, hopefully Forbes brings it back up. But I don't want to see that man doing kickoff duties. I'm sorry. Like, we did not draft you in the first round for kickoff duties in your second season. Like, come on now. Like, it really stinks. It stinks. But whatever. It's whatever. I really like this year's draft. I think Luke McCaffrey. Who was our second round pick? The second round pick, I like that guy too. I think he could be a starter in the future. Not now, but in the future, I think he could be a starter. Mike Sansville, another second round pick we got. Like, I like him too. We're gonna be good. We're gonna be good. Luke McCaffrey, I imagine him like maybe starting in next season and probably take the receiver 4 spot away from De'Ami Brown. I mean, nobody likes De'Ami Brown. I'm sorry. Like, De'Ami Brown, he screwed up a lot. I mean, he made some nice catches, but he also missed some very easy catches. I mean, he even sold us a touchdown, bro. I remember that play. Oh, my. It was the easiest, and then he just missed it. He just missed the ball. It wasn't like he got contested or nothing. He could have caught it, but it just went through his hands. It was terrible. Like, I don't know. And the thing is about Washington, we have no star power whatsoever. At least now we got some leadership. We got some players that can, they're kind of just placeholders, for the rookies and the future of this franchise. This is not the full official team. I wouldn't say this is the full official team. But the group that we do have together, I really like it. Bobby Wagner, he might be near retirement, but he can bring that leadership to us. He knows how to win. He's a winner. He can lead the way. Frankie Louvu, I think he could probably have his best season with us. One of the worst positions for Washington was probably the linebacker position. The linebacker position was so weak. I mean, Cody Barton and David Mayo were just so weak and so slow. Jamin Davis, he's a first-round pick. We're year 4 for him, and he has done nothing for us. Nothing. Just nothing. Like, he stunk it up every time, man. It hurts. Hurts to say it. Hurts to watch. Now he's finally, decent, which it shouldn't, for a first-round pick, very unacceptable. Very, very unacceptable. But again, not his fault. It's not totally his fault, is what I'm saying. It was on the coaches for not putting him in the correct, good position to succeed. And they sold us hard. They sold us hard. So, I'm excited. I'm just looking forward to it. I just really hope we get some good games. We get some fun football again. Fun. Fun football, man. I want a Glock and a Lamb. But yeah, man, what can you say about that? Wizards. Let's talk about the Wizards. They're kind of bad. They're trash. I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. I hope Kuzma gets traded. Don't know why he didn't want to get traded. Look where he is at now. He could have went to the Mavericks. He could have been a vocal point on a championship team right now with the same contract that he currently has. And he threw it away to stay with the Wizards. Look, I don't know how the fans mainly feel about him, but I don't like him. I really don't want him on my team no more. Okay, look. I don't like him as a player, all right? I don't like... the funny thing is, he's a leader. He's a good leader. I'm not trying to take that away from him. He's not a bad leader. He supports the team. He supports the players. He's not a selfish person. He's just a selfish player. And I hate it so much. He's always the one that's taking the final shot. And every single time he sells. I don't care what his stats were the entire season. I don't care if he was averaging 25, 26 a game. At the end of the day, you're not winning us the games. So it never really matters. You're not helping us win. You're just getting your stats up. And then when his time is needed, you disappear. But the thing is, everybody on this team disappears when it's time to win. Especially Kuzma. But Poole can't do it. Denny definitely can't do it. Kispert, I've seen him do it a few times. But come on, Corey Kispert, that's going to be the guy you take the final shot for? No disrespect, but no. Hopefully next season we see Koulibaly. Just better development. I think we're gonna see Poole stay for the long run. I don't think he's leaving at this time. I think our teams like him. They don't want him to go. But I would really want. I wish we had Alex Sarr, bro, because we don't really got a center like that. He's most likely going to take in the first pick. I mean, he's probably going to be the one guy that's actually going to be, like, very good in this draft. Everybody else, like, they're going to be, like, decent, but it's like, yo, I feel like this draft is just so underwhelming. I mean, just compared to last season, like, it's so underwhelming. And it was kind of a bad time to really tank. But, hey, we still got another year to go, and we got Cooper Flag on the way. Cooper Flag. If we get the #1 pick, and we get Cooper Flag, oh man. That's not happening, though. But that would be huge, right? Like, that would be huge for DC. Because DC don't got no type of stars ever since John Wall left. Like, and Bradley Beal. I mean, Bradley Beal's barely even a star, I would consider, at this point. I mean, that's just a guy with a big contract. That's all. Which, thank you, Phoenix, so much for taking that contract. Oh, my goodness. You saved us. You saved us. Like, people do not understand, like, how hurting that contract is. And, like, there's no worth, but the Phoenix was desperate. They needed a star player. They wanted a star player. They got their star player, but he takes up such a huge chunk in the salary cap, no matter what team it is. $250 million. The only other person that makes less than him. Okay, I think that's kind of gone past now, but like, he's a top 10 highest paid player. Like, let me look it up. Yeah, he's fifth highest paid, only behind Curry, Jokic, James, and Embiid. That's it. That's all. That's all. Would you even consider him in this list at all? Of these group of players, would you put him next to Embiid, LeBron James, Jokic, and Curry? Would you put them together? No, definitely not. Like, the last paid player is Booker, and he's $36 million. And Beal is not even at none of these guys' levels, except maybe like Fred VanVleet, baby. He's better than Fleet. He's better than Tobias Harris. Better than Ben Simmons. But he's the most expensive out of all of them. He's the worst player with the most expensive contract. Like, he should not be that high. He should have never been paid that money. It was a bad contract when they signed him. It was a bad contract now. And I'm just glad we're done with it. Because, like, you are not going to build a good team around him if he's the guy that's leading the way, you know? I mean, if it was somebody like Luka, it would make a lot more sense. Because Luka actually is a hooper. Beal, like, you got to worry about injuries. Then you also got to worry about the inconsistencies. And then also when it's time to show up in the playoffs. Doesn't show up. Even when it's clutch time. That man loses the ball. You don't even give him the ball when he needs to, win the game. I mean, a lot of the time he just fumbles the ball. Like, I'm not even trying to hate, but it's like paying this man so much money. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, what can you really say about that, man? I mean, I wish him the best. I wish him good luck. But, like, bro, 2 years of basketball was just a waste of time. Just a waste of everybody's time. And that's what makes me so angry. And then the owner got the audacity to act all mad and say it's the fans' fault and try to move the team to another city because he couldn't lead a franchise properly. Like, come on, bro. But I do kind of like where the front office is going currently. I think they're not... I'd say they're doing all right year one. They haven't been the worst. They haven't been the best either. I would say they did start off strong with the Beal trades. I mean, from face front, it doesn't look like a great trade for Beal. Don't get me wrong, but at the same time, like, no. I was lying. No, this is a great trade, especially when we could have gotten an even better trade though, if it wasn't for the no trade clause. So he probably would have been in Miami if we did get, if there was no trade clause. You know what I'm saying? So, but this will do. Because I'm pretty sure Beal denied that, you know, even though he was saying, like, oh, no, I wouldn't do that. Yeah, you definitely did, Beal. Definitely did. All right? Like, we're not dumb. We're not dumb. Um, and the trade, I think Porzingis trade, which shout out to Porzingis because he signed an extension with us in order for that trade to happen. So, you know, shout outs to him, man. I mean, he really cooked for us. So, he really didn't need to do that. He could have just left for free agency, but instead he signed and we got a trade done for it. Done, and we got a few draft picks and I think Tyus Jones as well. So, I mean, you know, it's just he's just like, which, I mean, obviously that wasn't really the best contract. Tyus Jones isn't bad, but he just doesn't fit this team scheme at all. Um, you know, Jordan Poole, he's just a much better player to be at point guard than Tyus Jones. I mean, Tyus Jones is a good passer, but huge liability on off defense, and a lot of the time it doesn't really seem like he plays to win. He plays for stats, you know. I mean, for his assist numbers, like he really just be passing the ball like too much. Just passing the ball too much. Like there were times where he could have easily just scored and he just ignored the basket and he would just pass the ball instead. I do love his floater though. One of my favorite floaters. Like he has one of the best floaters I think in the league. Respectfully. But yeah, man. I mean, other than that, we've seen Denny. I think Denny has been one of the few players that have actually brought upside to his game. I mean, he's been a huge improvement. Obviously, you know, he is not Luka, which that was the expectation level that the Wizards gave us. That's funny. They compared him to Luka, bro. But he's not bad. He's improved heavily. I think he got a few votes in the most improved player of the year. I'm hoping next season we could see him average 20. I'd be really excited about that. I mean, I think it's time for him to get the ball more, get him more touches. You know, once we trade Kuzma or Tyus Jones, one of those two, we got to trade him. We got to go. They got to go. I hope Kuzma goes, though, especially. Because Kuzma, he's just a ball hog. Actually, no. Tyus can go first, but Kuzma, I'd rather him go. We could, like, because we could have gotten those draft picks. Like, we really could have used them, bro. I'm sorry. Like, we could have used them. Like, that was a good deal for both of us if we got those 2 first-round picks. It could have happened, but I think that's one of the things, like, I understand why the Wizards did it, but I also don't understand it. Like, I know that, like, you're trying to make yourself look good and you're trying to, like, have a close relationship with your players, but, like, bro, this is the exact reason what got us into that Bradley Beal mess in the first place. You know, the ownership and the GMs, they got way too attached to Beal, never let him go, and we're just stuck in a cycle of mediocrity. Like right now, we shouldn't have to be nice, but the thing is, we're DC, we're the Wizards. We've left this reputation of just sadness, of just a shamble team, no type of change, just nothing but mediocrity. Like, it just looks like a place where careers go to die. And that's the main reason why no one wants to go there. Not even Kevin Durant, who literally lives there. And, like, it's crazy because we could have had a chance at him, too. Man, if he went to DC with Beal and John Wall. Like, the thing is with Beal, it's not that he was bad, but he should not have been a number 1 option. He should never have been put as a number 1 option. I mean, it's because he had that one 30-point game season, averaging 30 a season. Which, don't get me wrong, he did great that season. I'm not trying to downplay it. But again, like, he didn't lead us to victory. He didn't lead us anywhere. I mean, after John Wall left, we never went past the first round again or didn't make the playoffs at all. So, I mean, it's just like, you know, it's rough, man. I just want to see my teams win again. I mean, people keep talking about, our team has it the worst. Oh, we always come up short every single time. Well, okay, well, your team, at least your team, people talk about your team. I wish people just talked about him positively. Like, We never have anything nice. You guys got superstars on your team. We have freaking Bradley Beal. Right now, we got Jordan Poole and Kyle Kuzma. Yeah, are those the two guys that you want leading your team? Really? No disrespect to them, but like they're not leaders. They're just good players. They're just good players. But Jordan Poole next season, I'm expecting huge improvements from him. Because I think we figured out what was wrong. And the whole time, it was the coach's staff. I mean, of course, obviously, I don't know how you're struggling at shooting guard, but great at point guard. That's like the weirdest thing ever to me. But mainly because, like, you know, he's just much better as a playmaker. I mean, he's much better when it's come ISO. He got great dribbling skills. So, but the thing is, like, they keep trying to make him a spot-up shooter, and that's just not his expertise. He's just not like that. Like, I've seen this man every time. He's just shooting, fade away something, and, like, every single time, it's like he's running away while he's shooting, and then he completely bricks it. And that's why we get these horrible percentages from him. But when he's at point guard, when he has more freedom with the ball, rather than, you know, getting someone else to pass it to him, like Tyus Jones or Kyle Kuzma in the way, you know, when he does his own thing, like, he will make a nice play. He'll make a nice pass or he'll make a nice score. You know, I'm hoping this season 24 plus points at least he's averaging. I hope he does. I really hope he does. Defensively, he can improve. He needs some improvement defensively, but the whole team does. Again, Tyus Jones, defensive liability. He needs to go. He's just too small, you know, and he's just, it just feels like he's a stat pattern on offense. And, yeah, man. I mean, we gotta see what happens. You gotta see what happens in this draft. You know, Bilal Coulibaly. I mean, I love that guy. That's still my guy. He's only 19 right now. He could really be a huge factor for this team in years to come. I really do see him having so much growth in the later future, and I'm really excited to watch him grow. Obviously, he's not going to be a star now, but just give him some development. He has so much time. He has so much time to improve, so much time to develop, and I'm expecting a lot. I'm hoping he's averaging like 12. His defense improves. I mean, that's one of the main things. Like, he's supposed to be a two-way player, but right now his jump shot is just not there yet. I really hope he can get that jump shot down, and I hope he can get his confidence up too. You know, early in the season, he was a lot more aggressive, but as time went on, like, I see him play, and it's like he hesitates. He doesn't want to, like, it feels like he doesn't want to lead the way. Like, he needs help. Like, he needs someone to help him, you know, which it's not like a bad thing, but he kind of just hurts the flow of the offense sometimes when he does that. And I'm really hoping that he doesn't continue to do that, you know what I'm saying? So, like, I'm just, like, it's just a lot of the time when they give him the ball, like, he just, you know, he steps, he holds the ball with both hands, and, like, he doesn't want to dribble, and then he just passes it away. Like, sometimes he'll take the shot, but he'll miss the shot. And I think he just hurt his confidence a bit. But, you know, next season, I think we should see some changes. We should see some better ways, better treatment. And hopefully, I don't know who's going to be our next head coach, but hopefully he knows how to use these players. He knows how to figure it out. Get these players some confidence. Let them play for something for once. Let them care about it. Because look at Gafford. Look at him right now, bro. He's been cooking this whole series. And you never seen him this excited. We need these players to be hyped up, excited. Give them a reason to actually enjoy this team, have fun, and things like that. So, you know, hopefully they focus, lock in, and things like that. But, okay. Clearly, I've yapped enough, and no one is here to listen. So, appreciate everybody for tuning in. Thank you.